Welcome back to another Pokemon Find Friday, home of the OG weekly market updates, where every Friday morning we go through last week's sales of sealed Pokemon products and Pokemon cards that are currently going down in price. And we do also cover the big Pokemon news that cards or sets get revealed. And we do have to do the question of the day: what is your all-time favorite Chinese exclusive so far? And we do have to give thanks to our video sponsor real quick, and that is COLLECTR. This app is the best of the best when it comes to tracking your collection. No other app even compares. I've tried every single one of them, and honestly, it is so fun adding your entire collection and seeing what it's all worth. They're always adding new features, cards, and boxes, so let us know down below if there's anything you want them to add or fix. And then they also do more giveaways than anyone in this entire hobby, so make sure you follow them on all their socials. I'll have all the links in the description. And of course, if you guys want to try out Tag for your first time, click the link, use the code BEER10, get 10% off your first submission. And same thing with PSA, click the link, use the code BEER25, get $25 off your first submission. And it'll be vending this weekend, May 30th to the 31st in Las Vegas, which I've never been to before, at Pokémon LV at the Ahern Hotel with Chum Lee and Bill Rogers and Robo Skills and stuff. Going to be a ton of fun. And you can use the code POKEBEER to get 25% off your tickets. And the weekend after that, I will be in Irvine, California at Trading Card Con with Coop and Beer Dad. You can use the code POKEBEER to get $5 off your tickets. All right, hopping to Poke Beach here. We got a brand new Chinese exclusive. Finally, another SAR. We don't have a ton of SARs. They really love to give us the art rares for these exclusives. So when we do get an SAR, it is pretty special. And Evolution, not too bad at all. So they're finally getting their prismatic evolutions. That's how far behind Chinese cards are right now, which is another reason why I can't see them reprinting a ton of stuff, is because they're just trying to catch up. So that's why I'm going all out on the Chinese exclusives. Plus, they're absolutely beautiful. So that is super cool. That'll be coming out June 12th. All right. We actually have a decent amount of sealed products this week. I was actually kind of shocked. And then we're going to be checking out every single card from Chaos Rising. First up, we got the Destin Rivals booster box. Got up to $650. Now last sold $629, $627, $615. One at $650, but most of them are all at about $625. Next, we have the Perfect Order booster box. It was climbing, so it was at $196, went all the way up to about $230. And now last sold $200, $200, couple still at $228, couple at $211, few at $210. Next, we have Surging Sparks. This was at $280. Now last sold $250, $250, $277, $268, $253, $262, and a couple at $280. And we have the Mega Charizard X UPC. This is climbing, got up to almost $240. Now last sold $223, $220, bunch at $223. Next, we have the Evolving Skies Sleeve Booster Pack. Was at $86. Now last sold $69, $69. So we got 10 of them at $67. Few at $64. And we got a bunch of ETBs. Here's the Chaos Rising regular ETB. Was at $155. Now last sold pretty much all right around $90. Next, Prismatic Evolutions regular ETB. Just checking on this one. All last sold. We got one at $179. But we got a few at $156. And a few at $165. Next, we have the Pokemon Center Prismatic ETB. Still dropping in price a little bit. Was at almost $600. Now it's sold $506, $485, $505, $500. And we have the Prismatic Evolutions SPC. Was at $390. Now you can get it for $100 off. Now last sold $280, $277, and $270. Next, Ascended Heroes regular ETB. Just dropping in price a little bit. Was at $186. Now we got a ton of sales at $170, $175, and $179. Next, we have the Obsidian Flames ETB. We got a few weird sales, so it was up to $327, but we got a few at $306, a couple at $320, $325, but then we got a bunch at $233, $229, $292, and that's just too low. We can get it shipped, let's see, $311 from a legit seller, so it was at $325. Next, Crown Zenith regular ETB was at $343. Now last sold, again, some weird sales. $231, $231, $235. Then it goes back to $327, $328, $337, $308, $319. Next, Paldean Fates regular ETB was at $568. Now all last sold is right around $508. Next, Twilight Masquerade regular ETB was at $119. Now last sold $108, $108, $113, $92, $95, and one high one at $118. Next, the Destin Rivals regular ETB was at $282. Now last sold $206, $189, $189, $200, $185 with a couple dents in the box. couple at $199. Now we got some Pokemon Center ETBs. Here is the Chaos Rising PC ETB, was at 500. Now that sold 180, 212, 211, 219, and 200. And honestly, the way the market's been going, that's probably as cheap as this box is going to get, especially with Greninja on there. I don't know. I could see this thing shooting right back up to like 250. All right. Next, we have the Phantasmal Flames Pokemon Center ETB. Was at 378. Now that sold 325, 364, 356, 349. And the Mega Evolution regular ETB. I don't know why I didn't put this with the other ones. This was at 107. Now that sold 90, 89, 104, 96, 103. All right, we got some cards, all from Chaos Rising. There's not a ton of other cards coming down in price. We got a few at the end, but all right, here is the Full Art Mega Floette. Was at $15. Now that sold 7, 4, 8, and 5. And here's the Mega Dragology. Was at $50 on release. Now that sold all right around $6 or $7. And the Full Art Mega Greninja was at $57. Now that sold, still holding pretty good value, right around $25. All right, here's every single illustration rare from Chaos Rising. They're all going down in price. This is the Watchog, was at $19. Now that sold all right at $3. And the Claydol, we're going to go from cheapest to most expensive. Claydol was at $19. Now that sold 5, 3, and 4. Next, we got the Metang. This was at $13. Now that sold 5, 6. And we got the Sliggoo. Someone was trying to tell me there's a Pikachu up here under the HP. I mean, it kind of looks like his tail. Yeah, I don't think so, though. So this was at $14. Now that sold 5, 6, and 7. And the Crobat. This was at $19. Now that sold 6, 7, and 8. And we got the Tauros. This card is so clean. This is at $59. Now that sold 8, 7. And the Chespin was at $14. Now that sold 11, 8, and 9. I feel like this card might bounce back. Super nice card. Next, the Ampharos. This was at $34. Now that sold 17, 16, and 18. And the Xerneas was at $29. Now last sold 23, 18, 19, and 17. Now we got the Frogadier. This was at $40. Still holding pretty good value. All last sales right around $20. And we have the Froakie. Was at $55. Now last sold 22, 23. And we are going to the SIRs. We got the Roxy's Performance. This is a lightly played chart. This was at $62. Now last sold 38, 35, 37. And we got the AZ's Tranquility. This is seriously one of the most beautiful SIR trainers that I think we've gotten. It's so nice. This is at $125. Now that sold 45, 43, 46. Next, we got the Mega Floette. This was at $88. Now that sold 62, 58, and 60. Next, we got the Mega Dragology. This was at $115. Now that sold 71, 69, and 70. And the Cinccino. This is at $117. Now last sold 90, 88, and a couple at 85. And here is the Mega Greninja. Someone actually donated a Chaos Rising booster box to me at the last show, and a little girl pulled the Mega Greninja from it. It was crazy. This is at $590. Now last sold $399, $390, $408, $410, $404. And we have the gold Mega Greninja. Was at $363. Now last sold $320, $318, $317, and $315. Next, we have the Fennekin Mega Evolution promo. If you guys don't know which one I'm talking about, it is this one. This is the Pokemon Center one. They just didn't have the picture for the original one. But the regular one was selling at $8. Now last sold 7, 5, and 6. And the Pokemon Center one was at $50, actually going up in price. Now last sold 67, 55, and 60. Got one at 48. Honestly, not a bad price for Pokemon Center ETB promos. I mean, starter Pokemon, not terrible. And we have the gold Mega Charizard X from Phantasmal Flames. Was at $380. Now that sold $343. We got one weird sale here at $20, but the rest of them are all right around $340. And we have the Japanese McDonald's Pikachu. So it was, let's go back 6 months. down to $23, and it started climbing again. And I was watching it, got up to 35, and now it's just dropping again. Now last sold 29, 28, and 30. And we're going to end on a few PSA 10 cards. We have the gold Mega Dragonite from Ascended Heroes. This was all the way up to 2,700, and then kind of leveled out about 25. Now last sold 21.50 and about 22. Next, we have the Team Rockets Mewtwo EX from Ascended. Was at 1660. Now last sold 13.50, 14.25, and 14.50. Next, we have the Pikachu. This was at 25.50 in a 10. Now last sold 19.27. 1880 and 1950. Next, we have the Mega Charizard Y from Ascended Heroes. Was at 58.40. Now that sold 36.50, 4100, and 39.25. And we have the Pikachu in the Forest. Was at 4,800. Last sold 39.50. Got one at 3,500. Another one at 38 and 37. And last on the list, we have the Mega Gengar from Ascended. Was at 42.60. Now last sold 3,032. Another one at 3,050, 3,100, 3,300. So yeah, definitely dropping in price for sure. But all right, that was this week's Pokemon Flying Friday. If you guys like this content, want to stay ahead of the market, please make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell, leave a like and comment. If you guys want to support more, check out my Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube membership, all that. You guys know what to do. You guys are the absolute best. And definitely leave some hype points. That really, really helps. But right, I want you guys to have a great day. And if you guys want to watch my newest vending video, which is one of my best ones yet, the sound kind of sucked because I got to figure some stuff out tech-wise, but the video itself was super good, so you can watch that here. Otherwise, I have an entire playlist full of all my other vending videos you guys can click right here. All right, we'll see you next time.